Hello, hello, and welcome back. I am Maester Aelix, and this is Fallout 4 NCR Lone Ranger. We are exactly right back where we left off after the last episode, here in the Sentinel site, having come across a Brotherhood of, a Child of Adam. So, yeah, we're going to take a look at that and see what the Ranger thinks of these folks.
Hey,
State your purpose, stranger. You walk on Atom's hallowed ground.
I'm looking for some bombs. Nuclear bombs.
The children of Atom have sworn to guard this place until the time of the Great Divide. None shall enter.
Trust me, I'm on your side here. I want to help you out.
Atom has no need of help from non-believers. When he returns to us, these relics will carry his word and his glory to all corners of the earth. That is why they must be safeguarded.
I want to spread his glory. Look, the bombs will get used, okay? Isn't that what you want?
Your words ring hollow. I do not hear Atom's voice in yours. You seek to further your own ends, not his. The relics will remain, and you will leave. Now.
Well, she didn't really figure what she wanted to do, but she'd at least try to be polite first. I mean, it only takes a second to be polite.
Forgive me. I wish to repent and seek the wisdom of Adam.
No! You will not temper me with your lies.
Please, I really want to serve Adam. Do his bidding. Whatever you call it.
Deceiver! Your lies will be your undoing. Your time on this world has ended. Face Atom's wrath and despair.
Well, unfortunately, this guy really wouldn't stand down when he should have. And the robot he brought, yeah, it was mighty impressive, but not quite enough. She had come prepared for a fight. Adam's Wrath, though, certainly had an interesting ring to it. Nope. Because now she could open the doors and get going through this place. Secondarily, she was just kind of glad that the problems had been solved. She kind of wondered what in the heck a Child of Adam would keep in a suitcase. I mean, they didn't seem much for material possessions and all. So, she let herself take a minute and take a look.
Yes.
Apparently it was Raider gear. Who would have figured?
This is Captain Mitch Dunleavy, 132nd Engineering Corps at Sentinel Site Prescott. All lines of communication are down, and we're tracking multiple inbounds on radar. This is a drill. We need confirmation immediately. We've got a lot of nervous soldiers over here, Command. This is the big one. They want to head home to their families before it's too late. Some of the inbounds are getting awfully close. Wait a minute. The inbounds are splitting into multiple targets? Oh, hell. This is it, isn't it? May God have mercy on our souls.
That voice from the past was awfully chilling. Now that she had a second, well, she'd take in the awe of this place. There was a lot of radioactive munitions here. But she also had to sate her curiosity at least a little bit. Wonder what the brothers' orders were. Brother Henry, I have prayed to Adam, and in his wisdom he has chosen you to guard this site of relics. Serve him well, protect the relics, until the time you are called for. Yeah, mighty impressive sight, and exceedingly radioactive. She could felt her teeth fuzz just a little bit from just walking around here, and she kind of regretted doing it, but she had to at least see the once. And now everything was done. She could head back. Hopefully, the way was clear, and she, well, either the children of Adam or she had killed everything along the way. Hopefully. Of course, there was that one other hallway she hadn't seen. But, she was just gonna leave it be. Ghouls and water, not the best combination. And since it could be avoided, she did. She was a little angry at that last ghoul, being all creepy, hiding underneath a bed. No, she didn't mean to take a wrong turn, but since she did, she's just gonna make the best of it. Look for the weapons in the ways she needed. Or at least more ammo. Yep, this place was more than just a mite confusing.
Got it.
At least there were a few curing things around here. Made the trip almost worth it. Almost. Of course, that's the short term almost. Long term, it'd be absolutely worth it. At least she figured it would. Or hoped it would. Get big old Liberty Prime up and running again. Of course, now that she'd been here for a while, the big quiet of it all starting to grate on her just a little bit. Not that she missed the klaxons, but something. So, Well, whatever was here was going to stay here. She used the terminal to shut the door behind her. I mean, not that the Brotherhood couldn't use it to get in, but she didn't really want anything else getting out if it was still here, down there. So, back up to the surface once again. She was kind of glad to be getting out of here. This place was not a pleasant place, but considering what was waiting for her outside, wasn't what she was expecting. Of course, she could just hurry on back to the Predwin, and for Proctor Ingram was at least. Yep, just hurrying over to where Ingram was sounded like a mighty fine plan. By the time she got back to where the Brotherhood were hanging out, well, it was dark. Not that she was surprised. It always seemed to be dark when she got back. Reminded her she wanted to build some lights. Where here in the airport where she hung her hat and kept most of her stuff. Yep, no one seemed to have cleaned up the dead Jackals, but, well, that was the Brotherhood's prerogative if they wanted to do that or not. It wasn't her airport, she just worked there. Or something along those lines, however that went. Still,
If you're looking for ammunition or weapon mods, Dr. Deegan might have one.
still, the Proctor would be probably more than just a little bit happy with what they'd done.
Ingram?
Looks like the Mark 28s are gonna do the trick. That was a good find.
I'll work with your team to ensure that Prime's bombs remain stable after they're loaded into his pack. It won't be too much of a problem.
Well, Dr. Lee, I have to admit, we couldn't have done this without you.
It's a little early to begin celebrating, Proctor Ingram. We haven't fully thrown the switch on Liberty Prime, and I'm just hoping all the work I've done to keep his system stable are gonna hold.
I have full confidence in everyone's abilities here.
I appreciate that.
Proctor, all the readouts look green. I think it's time for you to perform the power shunt.
Actually, I think I'm gonna let you press the button. After all, without your help, we'd still be staring at a pile of disassembled parts.
It would be better if a trained technician performed that task, but I suppose you deserve to be the one to do it.
She wondered how you need to become a trained technician to hit a button, but she wasn't going to argue the point. No, instead, she was going to first look at it with her own eyes, and then enjoy the moment for herself.
Liberty Prime, back online.
Alright, let's run a basic diagnostic on him.
Diagnostic command accepted.
Give him a moment. He needs to adjust to his new configuration.
Voice module online. Audio functionality test initialized. Designation Liberty Prime Mark II. Mission the liberation of Anchorage, Alaska. Primary targets any and all red Chinese invaders.
Now let me run a system analysis and battle readiness check.
Liberty Prime, full system analysis. All systems, nominal. Weapons, hot. Warning, nuclear weapon payload depleted. Reload required. Warning, power core offline. Running on external power only. Core restart recommended. Ability to repel red Chinese invaders compromised.
I've got green lights across the board here. He's looking good from where I'm sitting. Doctor, if you wouldn't mind keeping an eye on the big guy here, I'd appreciate it. Well, I have to admit, I wasn't sure we'd be able to pull it off, but Liberty Prime's looking pretty good.
What was that he said about his power core?
Prime's in top shape, but his nuclear engine needs to be restarted. Right now, we have him running off of the Pridwin's engines. Once I get that sorted out, I'll send him off to kick in the Institute's front door. Before you head off to your next assignment, I have something for you. I came up with this little beauty myself. I think it'll add a bit more punch to your power armor.
You think I'll need it for my next assignment?
I don't know. It never hurts to be prepared. Anyway, that's enough of that. You better hightail it up to the Pridwin. Elder Maxson said he needed to speak to you as soon as you were done here. And thank you, Knight. Without you, none of this would have been possible.
It felt mighty nice to be part of something again.
We really should just stay out of each other's way.
It'd been a long time since she'd been with the NCR, and well, she still felt for them, and her heart beat, NCR true colors. And these Brotherhood fellas were doing right by her, recognizing her skill and abilities. That felt mighty, mighty nice. Besides, she wanted to take an opportunity to see Liberty Prime up close. Good 10 years ago since he walked around last time. She only heard about it. She wanted to see it. Kinda excited too at that. But first she was gonna go check out that bitter Bob that was part of her the Ingram got her for the power armor. Not that she'd use it much. She's kinda curious to what was going on around here, but also Maxson had orders for her, and no reason not to go to Maxson either way. Well, since Maxson was there first, figured she could talk to him. We'll get their power armor fixed up and whatnot.
Is there anything you wish to tell me, Knight?
Not at all. I have nothing to hide.
I find that very hard to believe. Proctor Quinlan completed the decryption of the data you retrieved from the Institute. A portion of his findings included a list of synths that went missing or escaped from their underground facility. After careful analysis of the information, we've discovered something unprecedented. Paladin Dance is a perfect match for one of the synths on that list.
Is Quinlan absolutely certain?
Proctor Quinlan validated the information numerous times. I can assure you, his results are accurate. The data you brought back included a record of each subject's DNA. We keep the same information on file for all of our soldiers. Paladin Dance's DNA is a perfect match for a synth they called M797. To make matters worse, he's gone AWOL. Disappeared without a trace. His sudden absence simply reinforces our conclusion that M797 and Paladin Dance are one and the same. I'm finding it difficult to believe that he never confided in you, and then swore you to secrecy.
She was taken aback by this information and really didn't know what to tell Maxim. But, well, she'd speak from the heart.
Had he told me, it would have been my duty to report it immediately.
Don't insult my intelligence. You fought side by side with Dance. I find it impossible to believe you're ignorant of his identity.
Now, she didn't really fight side by side with Dance other than that one time, so she was finding it really interesting that Maxson would take this degree to her.
You have to believe me. He never told me he was a synth.
I suspect you're saying exactly what I want to hear, Knight. Do you wish to try again?
After everything I've achieved, why would I jeopardize my position here?
Because you never expected this information to see the light of day. Now tell me the truth, before I have you thrown over the side of the Penguin.
Has it ever occurred to you that Dance might not be aware of his own identity?
No, it did not. However, even if that were true, Dance still represents a clear and present danger to us all. Your sincerity in this matter has been rather surprising. Apparently, I've misjudged you, which means I've decided to take you at your word. However, that doesn't absolve you of your duty. Dance is a synth. He represents everything we hate, a monstrosity of technology. Our mission in the Commonwealth is clear. The Institute and its creations need to be destroyed in order to preserve our future. Which leaves me facing the most difficult order I've ever given. I'm ordering you to hunt down Dance and execute him.
I don't know what to say.
This isn't a request that requires an answer, Knight. This is a direct order. Listen, I'm not blind to the fact that Dance was your mentor, and this isn't an easy burden to bear. But if we're to remain strong, we can't afford to make exceptions. Even when it means executing one of our own. Find Proctor Quinlan. He's been analyzing the data and should be able to provide you with a starting point. And Knight, there's a promotion for you riding on the results of these orders. So don't disappoint me. You're dismissed.
Now she almost wished she hadn't gotten the orders in the first place. This was a mighty big heap of information to take in all at once. It hadn't gone unnoticed that the Paladin Dance was a mighty fine man and really idyllic to what made the Brotherhood of Steel so great. This would be a real challenge for her.
Looks like we have
Attention! Delta Team Lead, report to the bridge. Delta Team Lead to the bridge.
She didn't really want to go deal with Proctor Quinlan, at least not at first. So she'd busy herself, at least a minute, taking care of her power armor. She really didn't want to wear the thing, but at least she could do is take care of one thing in the Brotherhood of Steel the right way.
If you find any technical documents, you should bring them to Proctor Quinlan for analysis.
And she did figure that
Liberating the
piece she got from the Proctor down below would indeed help out quite a bit. Sadly, she didn't have the pieces to fully repair her armor, at least not on her. She'd have to go down to the airport and get some of her stored stuff. She'd get that in a bit, but she had to go face the music and Proctor Quinlan.
Right. I was told you were coming. Sorry about this business with Dance.
What do you know about the situation?
While I was decrypting all of the data you acquired from within the Institute, I came across a list. It appears that the Institute keeps exemplary records where their synths are concerned, including logging those that were reported missing. As I was perusing this list, I came across an image of Dance under the heading M797. A quick DNA comparison with our own records told the rest of the tale. I'm certain this comes as quite a shock to you, Knight. I'm sorry.
He'll be missed.
Doubtful. I wouldn't miss a synth any sooner than I'd miss a transistor radio. I was merely sorry that you'd been duped. No matter. I've been poring over Dance's duty reports, and unfortunately, I haven't found any concrete information. As you're well aware, Dance had intimate knowledge of the Commonwealth, and I'm afraid he could be seeking refuge anywhere. I think our best approach would be to identify every location he's ever visited and eliminate them as possibilities one by one. You may want to get comfortable. This could take quite a bit of...
What the hell is this crap about Dance being a synth?
I assume your outburst was a reference to some doubt regarding Dance's identity. I can assure you that my findings are quite accurate, Scribe.
So he sets Dance up, and then you knock him down. Is that it?
How did you hear about it?
There are no secrets in the Brotherhood. Maxon's made it clear that we're to locate Paladin Dance, and if we find him, report his location to you. That can only mean you've been sent to hunt him down.
I don't have time to discuss it right now, Halen.
Why? In too much of a rush to pull the trigger? I can't believe that after everything Paladin Dance did for you, you're just gonna turn your back on him like this. There's obviously been a mistake, and we need to get to the bottom of it.
Scribe Halen, you're addressing a senior officer, and you will show her the respect that she's due, or so help me, I'll have you brought up on charges. Now, unless you're here with information that can assist us, I suggest you return to the police station immediately.
Of course. My apologies, Proctor. I believe I have some information that's relevant to the search.
Very well then. Would you care to enlighten us? Or do we have to wait until you decide to grace us with your knowledge?
Knight, if you'd accompany me to the flight deck, I'd like to show you the information I've compiled firsthand. I've stored the data on my Vertibird gunship's computer.
At this point, I'll take all the help I can get.
Very good, ma'am.
Proceed, Knight. I'll continue doing my research here.
If you'll follow me, ma'am.
Well, if it isn't the woman who revived Prime, the Brotherhood is in your debt. Now...
No, she didn't care for Proctor Quinlan too much. Arrogant old cuss that he is.
Our vertibirds should give us the air superiority we need to win this war.
No, she much preferred Scribe Halen. Someone who, worked with a purity of his almost innocence to this world, but she didn't have that. No, there was a purity to her that made her too good of a person. Groups like the Brotherhood tend to scratch out stuff like that, but Halen seemed to have survived and weathered it. The stronger for it.
Halen?
Do you actually plan on killing Paladin Dance?
I haven't decided yet.
Well, before you do, I need you to listen to what I have to say. I've known Paladin Dance ever since I was an initiate. He trained me, showed me the ropes, and when I screwed up, he taught me to dust myself off and move on. He's earned my admiration, my respect, and my friendship. I don't care what Quinlan's report says. I don't care if he's a machine or not. He's still Dance.
That's a bold statement.
It's more than just a statement. It's a plea. Dance is the most selfless person I've ever met. I've watched him risk his own life based on nothing more than principle alone. That's why I'm asking you. Not just as a member of the Brotherhood, but as a human being. Give him a chance. Let him tell his side of the story. If you're not convinced by what he says, or somehow he's become truly lost to us, then you do what you have to do.
All right, I'll hear him out.
That's all that I ask. I'll just have to trust that when the time comes, you'll do the right thing. Before the Pribwin showed up, Dance had me identify a fallback point if we ever lost the police station. It was Listening Post Bravo, an old pre-war US military outpost on the northern frontier of the Commonwealth. It's isolated, and we're the only ones that knew about it. So, there's a good chance that's where he's headed. Just be careful. There's no telling what state of mind he's in right now, or if he trusts any of us at all.
And with that, I say thank you all for joining me. I hope you're enjoying my content as much as I'm enjoying making it for all of you. And I truly do enjoy making it for all of you, which is why I have a video put out every single day of the week. Yes, all 7 days. If you're liking what I'm doing, please do that wonderful YouTube thing of like, comment, subscribe. You know, it's a good shot in the arm for my channel to make things better for me and everyone else who enjoys this stuff. If you aren't enjoying my stuff, then please, I do encourage that you go to my comment section down below, hit thumbs down, and leave a comment about what you're not enjoying. That way I can try to improve on that. Constructive criticism builds things up, so that would be greatly appreciated all the way around. If you'd like to support my channel in a more meaningful or useful way, then please feel free to look down in the description and follow the links down below. One of it should be to my Discord server, where you can contact me any time of the day, other than when I'm recording or sleeping. But otherwise, yeah. And if you really, really like my stuff, then consider following the other link that's down there. I assure you that it's well worth it if you just take a quick look to see where you go. Anyway, thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you all next time.